Hello and welcome Guardians back to Right Way Gaming. Today I'm going to do a short video just reviewing some of the best legendaries from year 2, the Taken King. This is personal opinion because obviously I've not tested out every gun in the game and people will have different opinions based on different weapons, but these weapons in my personal opinion are the ones that dominated the most. And that I saw creeping up the most. So I'm going to start with the ones that I've got on my Warlock for now. Current combo that I use is Finale's Peril and my Party Crasher. Now, the roll on my Finale's is a deadly combo. It's got Outlaw with reactive reload and a rifle barrel. Now, it's mainly these two, because basically if you kill someone with a headshot, you get a quicker reload. But then not only that, it grants bonus damage for a short time for the second kill, providing you get a second kill. Rifle barrel is obviously essential on most hand cannons. Then on a Party Crasher, rangefinder, reinforced barrel, and surrounded. It's not the godliest of rolls, but it still makes it deadly. And again, the Party Crasher is shotgun you're going to be seeing constantly in PvP. The other one will be Conspiracy Theory, which you get from a quest drop. This exact roll you get from a quest drop. Rifle barrel, rangefinder, performance bonus. But the problem with the Conspiracy, as you can see, is the fire rate is abysmal, so it's not good for the situations that you can get in with shotguns where you've got 2v1s and stuff like that. Next one is, there's plenty of favourites for this one, is Hawksaw. This is a constant PvP favourite. Got counterbalance, fitted stock and small bore. There are better rolls out there, but this was the vendor roll, which is still deadly. Then you have Haken's Hatchet. This was the vendor roll from Iron Banner a couple of weeks ago. It had counterbalance, perfect balance and rangefinder. This combo makes it extremely deadly even at range. It has 36 in the magazine with a red dot, quick draw and focus lens. Again, this is a weapon that you'll see quite a lot, but not as much, but it is definitely one of my favourites. Then the last primary I've got in my inventory is Grasper Malak. This is not the ideal roll for it, but it makes it more than deadly, especially with rangefinder and small bore, because that increases the range on it. The stability is not as high as it could be, but to be honest, I still find it quite easily controlled, and it kills rapid. I mean, I've been in PvP and this is contended with Last Word, Doctrine, Meter, the lot of them, at both short and long range. So at the moment this is one of my favourite PvP weapons, along with my Finales. I tend to switch between the two. Now on to secondaries. This is mainly going to be covered with snipers, I'll be honest, because that's what I primarily use. I've only started changing to shotguns since I got this roll on this. So obviously I've just been through that. LDR, definitely one of the favourites for PvP and PvE. Mine's more of a PvE role, if I'm honest, because there's a partial refund and mulligan. It's got casket mag, but I don't really like using that because I mainly use it for PvP. Hawkeye, long view and ambush. This is one of the snipers with a higher aim assist and higher impact. It's not the highest aim assist, but it's got one that's bearable, if that makes sense. Next one is my Wayloran's March. Now this thing has the most aim assist out of all the snipers that I've got, and it's ridiculous. The only problem with it is it can't res snipe, so it's no good for trials or elimination. But for things like Rift, Control, etc., it's a beast. It thing can do headshots for fun. Because, like I said, from Conspiracy, that is one of the most favourite shotguns, but rate of fire is abysmal on it. And then the most common sniper that you'll see out there is 1000 yard, which has plenty of different roles. And as you can see, I've got quite a few of them, and I've got like another 3 or 4 in my vault. Heavies, not so much commonly known, but Ruin Wake I find tends to be quite common, especially the vendor role, which is this one. It has life support, rangefinder, and rifle barrel. The other one I've got is this one, but it's not as good in terms of having range, because it's got perfect balance, counterbalance, and hidden hand, which I thought was a quirky role, to be honest. The most common PvE heavy is Quillam's Terminus, simply because it has cocoon, so it saves you having to reload, and this also makes it extremely useful in PvP, because you can put it away, fire your primary, and bring it back out and it'll have been reloaded. Not too sure the times on this, but it does work and it can be quite helpful. Now let's run over to my vault and I'll take through a few that I've got in there that I don't use quite as often, but are still quite a useful weapon, or weapons I should say. So let's have a look. Again, there's another Quillam's Terminus. I've got them all. Armanius D was a good auto rifle that was like a replica but not quite as good as the auto rifle Doctrine, so you could see that a few times. This one here, PDX 45, was one of the competitors to Hawksaw, especially with the full auto roll that I've got. As you can see, it's got perfect balance, full auto rifle barrel, so it's good at range, can be fired in full auto, and it handles extremely nice. Let's on to the next page. Again, there's another 1000 yard stir. This one has hidden hand. Some Year 1 weapons, don't even know why I've got them. Righteous 7, also again a good roll. It's got perfect balance, injection mold, but I won't run that in a hidden hand. This is a roll I got from a, what's it called, package. So it's not the roll that you can get from the vendor, because the one from the vendor is much better. Now this one is a PvE favourite, the Hung Jury. The vendor no longer sells it, but it was from the pre-April patch. But it had triple tap, inlaid stock and extended mag, Firefly and Underdog. Now Firefly and triple tap make this thing an absolute beast of a PvE weapon. I use extended mag because I'm not too fussed about the stability in PvP, and it gives you that extra few bullets just to pull off a few more kills. And I hate how it resets the page. Now, probably one of the most favourite PvP weapons, the Doctrine of Passing. I've got 2 of these. I've been that lucky. With always comes with braced frame and persistence. It's only ever the last perk that changes. So this particular one has rangefinder, but the god roll that everyone chased after was this one, which I was lucky enough to have. Where's it gone? Right, so it's not on this character, but I do have it. It is the counterbalance roll. The counterbalance roll Doctrine of Passing was by far the most deadliest out there, just because it basically turned the thing into a laser beam. Another PvP favourite, Isoluna. Now this particular roll that I've got doesn't have the god roll, but it does have hidden hand. The god roll would be something along the lines of hidden hand, rifle barrel, and I don't know if it's last resort. I don't know, but basically it'd be along them lines. But again, it's a very nicely handled hand cannon with a decent impact. That's another Finalis Pearl that I don't use. Another PDX 45 with max stability. That was a really weird combo that I had that. But it's got really weak range, which is why I don't use it. Serenade D is equivalent to Hackens from the Gunsmith. Now, Soul Stealer's Claw, there was a lot of people chasing this down because this has the similar sort of archetype as the Doctrine, but as you can see, it has different perks. So you could get a nice roll on that, equivalent to the Doctrine if you're lucky. I'm trying to think. There's a few more that I've got left to show you. Is there? Isn't there? I don't think there is. I think that is it, guys. Out of all my weapons personally, them are the best ones that I have found the most effective in PvP and PvE. There are obviously more out there, but I've never been lucky enough to get them. One of them, which I am trying to chase down, is Lord Highfixer. Never had one, not a single one dropped. Quite unlucky, I know, but you know, it happens. I can't have all of them. But I'm going to leave that there, guys, and I'm going to go and play some Rumble. I'll see you next time.